Subnautica 2. It's been out now for a little over a week, with the early access to a lot of success already. High critical acclaim, and I believe over 2 million sales already for their early access, so off to a booming start. But is it worth it right now? Is it worth it to buy into the early access? What are my opinions on it? I thought I might as well make a video talking about it. I did actually finish up all the early access content that we have now. It took me a solid, I want to say like 16 hours or something like that. And that was honestly like a pretty decent amount of exploring, not really too much base building. I'm not like a big person when it comes to like base building and making this crazy ass fancy looking base. It just isn't me usually. You guys probably know from my other playthroughs of Subnautica 1 and 2, my base was 3 squares put together with everything in there. My favorite thing about these games is the exploration, the wandering about the ocean, collecting materials, the story so far. And I will say, for $30 that the game is priced at currently on PC, 16 hours mainly focusing on the story and exploration is, in my opinion, a pretty good deal. Again, it's early access, so it's only going to be more expensive in the future. Once this game is finished, and I will get into that in a little bit, but once this game is finished, almost certainly it's going to be twice the price. You know, it's going to be a $60, $70 game, almost certainly. But a lot of people have asked me, how is it in comparison to Subnautica 1 and 2? While it is a little bit difficult to compare to both of those games because, again, they are completed games, we can look at a few aspects, you know, the early game exploration. I will say this one, in my opinion, goes a little bit slower than something like Subnautica 1 did. But I also think that's because Subnautica 1 had a smaller scale from the looks of it so far. Definitely what they're going for, I think, when the full game is complete for this game, is going to be a much grander scale. Again, it took me about 16 hours to beat this, and I'm barely at like 400 depth or something like that. The ocean, I imagine, can go so much deeper than the 400 meter depths that I'm at. Same goes for the massive tree, right? The massive tree, it's something that we didn't get even to be able to get close to unless you were glitching out the game. Really, there's nothing to explore out there yet. So the scale that they're going for by the time the game is done, in my opinion, is going to be way bigger, because what we have now, to me, seems like 1/3 of the way done. Which could be an issue, right? Because you're buying into a very, very early access. This is something that probably won't be finished for another, I'm not even joking when I say like 5 years. I think, at least. Now, we do have a roadmap, and the roadmap does kind of hint towards some of the stuff we're going to get. You know, smaller stuff that are like new bio mods, smaller things here and there, to obviously the more grand stuff, the new biomes, new areas, new monsters and creatures. But there's no exact date. So this is going to be one of those games where you probably come back like once a year, check out all the new things, and then you put it away for another year, and then come back after another year and check out all the new things. At least that's my current plans for Subnautica 2. The story so far is interesting. I think that when it comes to what they're trying to say, you know, living on this planet, there's some type of virus going around. There's people going crazy. There's people thinking they could turn themselves, I think, into like plants from the sounds of it, and join with the environment itself using alien technology. There's a whole backstory as well with another race of aliens that way predate human existence and were here before us. While I probably would have to watch a video on the complete story so far that they're telling, even though I'm not going to do that really, you can kind of piece together what seems to be an interesting story, both when it comes to the humans who were here before you, who were randomly sent through what seems like an alien gateway to get to this planet, to little hints of the monsters and the aliens. Obviously with the PDA and scanning things, if you really want to get in depth into it, you can read every single little bit you want and get more of an understanding of it. But so far, from the sprinklings that I've heard from all the different PDAs and the black boxes, it seems pretty interesting. I like the story so far. The exploration is fantastic, just like it was in Subnautica 1, just like it was in Subnautica 2. Beautiful as well. This game is very pretty looking, intense as well. It's a high-end PC type of game in my opinion. I was able to run it okay on like mostly low settings, but I think that just means I need a goddamn PC upgrade soon. But even with mostly low settings, except for like textures being at medium, The game looks freaking fantastic. The bottom of the ocean looks beautiful. The only time I ever really had any issues, and I think this is my own issue because of the graphical settings, is once you're heading deeper into the oceans, into the depths, you do get a lot of weird visual glitches, and it can get a little bit annoying sometimes. I kept having this thing where like the deeper I headed, it would look like the water was all dirty and murky and stuff, and it was just, I mean, it added a little bit to it because, you know, they have this infection going around. So I could convince my brain for a little bit that it was part of the story, but in reality, I knew that it was probably my own graphics screwing me over. But the exploration is fantastic. This game is just so chill to play, even though still terrifying, especially with the collector Leviathan. They did a really good job with the Leviathan. I'm gonna be honest, that was one of those things that is one of the best and most memorable moments of all of the Subnautica games, looking at some of the massive creatures that exist under the ocean in here. Right now we only have two. One of them being a protector for the next area, so you can't really get into it and explore the darkness in that area. Even though there's nothing, they're like, we'll put a monster here to stop you from going further. Which in my opinion is pretty genius, and obviously it's something they did with Subnautica 2 as well. But the collector Leviathan is so well done, truly actually terrifying in my opinion. The music, anytime the music starts swelling and kicking in and gets loud, it's almost like an instinctual, actual true fear. Let's go hide, because he can basically 2 or 3 shot you. So every time I was heading deeper into the middle of the ocean, I was like always on alert. Where is this thing? I can't see it, but I can hear it, and I can hear the music of it. And every time he chased you down, you didn't know if you were going to get away, and you can see in the bottom of the ocean his shadow. Such a fantastic job with this Leviathan. Big fan, and I cannot wait to see which ones get added in the future. Speaking of like Leviathans and stuff, there's a big thing going around in this game, right? And it's the fact that you can't really defend yourself with anything. There's like an ability to stun fishes with your resonator and a few of the smaller creatures, but there is no killing in the game. You can't really kill any of the Leviathan, you can't hurt any of the fish, it's mostly running away. The developers have been pretty adamant on the fact that they want this to be a consistent thing. They don't want you just destroying every creature that lives in the ocean. I enjoyed that, to be honest. And this might make me a fucking psychopath, it made me laugh in the first game when I was riding around and then I accidentally just hear doom in my windshield, and it's like, oh, I hit a fish, and then I go outside and there's a dead fish floating. Maybe that makes me a psychopath, I don't know. But overall, it added to my enjoyment of the game. Hunting down Leviathans with one little knife was also very fun. But I think it's more connected to the story. The story, it seems like a lot of the black boxes talk about being able to live on this planet. You know, the planet giving you all the resources you need to coexist with a lot of the creatures that exist in it as well. They talk about how most of the creatures aren't really mean or evil, and they mostly attack for a reason. Even with the Leviathan, his description kind of reads as, you know, not even him being evil. He's quizzical, he's intelligent, he's curious, and he goes up to you and wants to bite and eat your ship. And I will admit, if you were a big ass creature and something kept bothering you, you'd probably keep going up to it, right? You keep coming back and non-stop with your loud ship. But it's so much fun to ride around in the little sea moth. It's not sea moth. Tadpole is what it is in this game. Very cute name, by the way. Very fun to ride around in it. I like the modifications they have for it so far. I can't wait to see what else gets added to it. The co-op, also very fun. It's always fun to be able to play with your friends. Co-op is something people have wanted in Subnautica 1 and 2 forever. Or sorry, Below Zero. And now in Subnautica 2 we finally get it. And it's very, very fun. I'm glad to see in the roadmap as well that they're going to be making some extra changes and adding a few additions to the co-op, improving it. You know, stuff like voice chat, emotes, and little stuff here and there. That will just overall make it more of a proper co-op game. Would it be dumb to say that for the co-op, I would actually really love like a voice changing thing that makes it sound kind of like you're underwater? There's a lot of like, you know, what do people consider them? Like friend slop games that whenever you have co-op and you're doing in-game chat, it'll often, you know, they get further away and the voice gets quieter and they're closer to you and it sounds louder. Seems like more and more games are doing that. I hope that they end up doing something like that for this game. I think it'd be very, very fun. Maybe even add some bubble effects when you start to run out of air. I think that would be a very entertaining co-op voice chat. But overall, I had a great time with the game. Where it ends is really interesting, and I can only see it getting more interesting. I cannot wait to see what they do. It's a little unfortunate that it does seem like so few hours are there compared to how much there could be, because it does feel like the game's going to be like 50 hours long, and we're only, when it comes to the main story, probably, if you really wanted to speed it up and knew where everything was, yes, you could probably get it done in like 10 hours, I'd imagine. But overall, still a pretty decent chunk. I absolutely do think it's worth the $30 price, and I've had to give it a rating right now. To be honest, I'd probably give it an 8, and that can only improve as time passes. So I'm excited to see the future of Subnautica. For now, we are done with the playthrough, but again, once those updates start rolling out, I'm sure I'll end up coming back and playing some more. There isn't too much to show for the end, but I will show you how it ended for me and where I ended and my reactions to all of those things. So feel free to enjoy and keep watching. You all have yourselves a wonderful rest of your day. Goodbye and good night, and enjoy the rest of the game. Aw, what is this? What the fuck is that thing? Got him. Go fuck the Leviathan. I don't know. I mean, the Leviathan's not necessarily my type, I'll say. I'm looking more for like a goth alien girl. Maybe there's a Leviathan version of that. Do I think Gary will be able to defeat the collector Leviathan? I might toss him at him. Hugh, at least, you know what? He's scrappy. That's what I will say about the Gare Bear. He's scrappy. Where am I going again? Oh yeah, we gotta open up the thing. The next alien thing. I think this one's gonna be a bitch to open up. I haven't even found the main one, I think. I will say, other than the terrifying creatures trying to kill you, the giant squid that could basically two-shot you and jump scares you and raises the music volume by 10x, and the overall fear of drowning or running out of food or running out of water, this is a pretty relaxing game. There's one. Shit, I think there's another thing. There's one more of these, I believe. Fuck. This thing's trying to suck the energy out of my thing. Have I been in this one? I think I have. Oh. Wow, that one's hidden away. I think this is it. Oh, shit. They bite. Yes! Finally! Let me eat a teriyaki chicken. What? Damn. Yes. Recommend you insert your hand into its core. Oh, I'm gonna insert something in there. What now? You can now perceive and interact with Axum technology. Oh, I feel more alive than ever. And we got one right here. Let's see what this says. What is that? Turn electricity machine control deep. What the heck? So now flowing into turbine. Locate main controls to restart power plant. Locate main controls, huh? Cool. We're turning on the old alien technology. What the hell is it doing? That's cool. This too. Forensic simulations indicate the power plant was deliberately sabotaged. Repairs will require an enormous quantity of resources. Oh shit. Turn electricity machine control shallow? That looks good. Right? I don't fucking speak alien. Y'all speak alienese? I mean, technically I do now, but... Oh, this is the main control. I need to turn on the rest of the turbines, I think. 10 titanium ingots, 10 strontium, 10 malgalloy ingots. Oh shit.
Power plant repairs.
Yes.
Complete. Power plant overhaul complete. Bloom cleared. Ready for restart.
Ooh, let's go. I want you to see this, Gary. You see the alien stuff, Gary? Okay, let me put him away before he gets hurt. Oh, it's ready. It's operational.
Alien power plant online.
Ooh.
Turbine rotating.
It's going.
Steady. Power restored.
Gary, look! Look, Gary! What I've done! I've done it, Gary! Yes! Power!
Detecting activity at the alien observatory nearby. Entering the structure will give you a strong salvage claim.
Ooh. Let's go, Gary. Ooh. Aquamethane fire old sea curious. Alien door? Did that say mantis?
Just blast through. Yeah, and if we're lucky, Nahima
Yeah.
kills us and fills our biobeds with concrete before the tailings get to us. This is the history. We can't blow it up.
They do take good care of the exterior. What if the electrical system still works? We could hook up our own generator.
Unless you can find me a wiring diagram.
So they did find all this shit
The whole
here.
system. You ever see a metal fire underwater?
What if there are wiring diagrams?
No
Oh, cool.
living thing has disturbed this space in more than 2 centuries.
Oh shit.
Observatory's water is enriched by oxygen bubblers. Please do not become accustomed to this convenience.
I can live here. Hold on, let me get my scanner out.
This is a map of the local solar system and nearby stars,
Whoa.
including the pulsar, matching to Transgulf known pulsar database, estimating distance from Earth.
Damn, it's taking there a while.
Please consult your noetic advisor.
Animal Help Axum Technology Sea Space. Damn, she couldn't even calculate how much time. Stupid clanker.
The world trees are
Oh
dying.
shit.
Their angels cry out to us. The trees' roots feed the world, and the world feeds the trees. Each requires other, as we require you. But the roots are rotting. The nuclear heart dims. There is hope. Cross the Great Trench to Xanadu. Find the Veps. The tree's genes.
Sounds kinda racist.
Find the Veps. Renew this
The
tree. Beware. Cryptos slumber beneath the trees.
Uh-oh.
They fear you. We leave them to your mercy. Analyzing message.
So they want me to heal the tree.
Maxim language refers to the Titan-class life form on the horizon. As a world tree, there is an alien hibernation crypt below the world tree. Site designation.
Xanadu are these creatures.
Site status. Unknown.
Oh, that's it. We did it. We reached the end. You've reached the end of your currently early access story and progression. We want to thank you for... Damn, dude. It legitimately only feels like we're 1/3 of the way done with this shit. I feel like there's so much more. Have I scanned the squid Leviathan? No. Gary, run!
Lost to physical trauma. Reprinting.